in Los Angeles in the Angelino Heights neighborhood, historic neighborhood, by the Charmed House and outside the Michael Jackson Thriller house. Let me make sure. Okay, AirPods connected. Y'all already know, yes, she's running out of battery. So I'm gonna try and give y'all the update, Juan's update, and I got some new stuff to share with y'all. I got Witchy Won has been look, we're at sunset outside the Thriller house, and this is very fitting because the poem I'm gonna share with you guys that I wrote, it gives Thriller. Okay, she's been horrified, she's been in Thriller, she's been in a fight for her life. Okay, and I love this tree. I was doing a whole little magical witchy calling of energy earlier underneath it. Very grounding, very beautiful. No, we're gonna ignore that 20% sign. Um, Literally, Witchy Won has been here on the streets of LA avoiding the ghosts and ghouls and goblins. Okay? Y'all already know. And also, thank you. We are 4 subs away from our next sub goal. So if you are new here, don't forget to subscribe, hit the like button, and comment below y'all's thoughts on what I have to share with y'all. And also, they had it written "We Love MJ" on here. I guess the new Michael movie is out in the show. So RIP Michael Jackson. Watched a great interview of his last night. Very inspirational, very needed at this time. Y'all know I keep my inspirations close, and that's what keeps me going in my journey. Um, and if you want to help Juan stay away from the ghouls and goblins and warlocks of the streets, um, my PayPal and now Cash App, but PayPal link are in the vids below and on my page. And I'm Wonton on all platforms. Thank you for supporting me on this spiritual journey and this fight for a creative, independent life and journey of becoming who I am, of being who I am. Um, but yeah, I wanted to come back here to the Thriller house because the way I felt in this poem gave very horror movie, gave very thriller, gave very fight for your life, just like the music video, just like the song Thriller. And it is titled Panic Attack. Um, Oops. So yes. And I also have been writing little tidbits, not a full song yet, but I have been writing choruses here and there of my songs and just things I've been writing with my little pan guitar. Um, yeah, things that just come to me when I play the music. So I don't know if I'll have time to share those with y'all. I might save those until I have a full song. I don't know. Y'all let me know if you want to hear them or not. Y'all let me know if you want to hear them or not. Um, Well, actually, I will. Look, I kinda wanna share the transition. I have problem with sharing too much and, like, not keeping enough to myself, that I've been working on this journey. But it's been a progression of creativity and learning and evolving. I'm gonna share with y'all, like I said, though, we are here outside the Thriller house, and I'm gonna share with y'all my poem that I wrote, "Panic Attack." Okay, let's let y'all hear. 'Kay. Sinking into body, it lights up on fire, filled with rage inside, burning flamboyant desire. I want to destroy, to throw balls of flame, to watch it all burn, to destroy everything. I want to hit, but my body's fragile, I'll bruise. I want to punch, break, my soft bones can't take. I want to gouge and squeeze out my eyes. I want to bite into flesh, tear out my teeth. The anger within me needs release. I don't want to hurt myself. I love myself. I hate you, trauma causer, spirit killers, destroyers of safety, softness, and joy. I want you to drown in the sea, float to the bottom, and die. Balled fists ready to pound, nowhere to go, can't breathe in or out. Anger absorbed, years of pressure, unstable figures making me their bloody vessel. Trapped child, nowhere to go, no one to hear, mocked and told no. Full grown adult, trapped in memory, replays in the body. You feel shrinking, systems burning, mind spinning. You're lost in time, screaming for help, gasping for air, fighting to swim. You're almost there. Body in pain, it needs repair. Weighs so heavy, I fall to the ground in despair. In the grass, I lay there. Full moon rises, coyotes snack, bunnies run by, sun sets. I survived another round. Ding! On to the next. And here's a chorus of a song. I don't know how the tune went when I did it, but am I, am I, am I, am I the only one? Not too, not too young. Am I the only one under the rising sun? Life has just begun. Let in the love, let in the fun. Am I the only one? Not too old and not too young. Am I the only one under the rising sun? Life just begun. Let in the love, let in the fun. Yeah. And I saw my reflection in the Hollywood Hills. It told me, don't stop growing. Love guides and great horses live again. Don't stop putting your hand on the pen. Ah, 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 ah. Mhm, 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 mhm. I was thinking about using this pan thing though, is I can't remember the exact tones I was using when I wrote these. I'm glad I got to share those with y'all. You see the progression of all the thoughts. And just to continue the update of my journey here, right? So I was in the Sunset Boulevard, Sunset Junction, that historic area, right? And that's the historic Route 66 area. Okay. And so I was passing by the Black Cat Tavern there, and they had a plaque outside. And no, I wasn't streaming, but they had a plaque outside, and I read it, of course, Juan in her history mode. And it was 1967, and it was the first site of documented gay rights activism after the LAPD raided and beat up 6 gay men for kissing, which led to active protest and change of laws for gay rights. So from there, I just had this whole one of my epiphanies and awakenings, and I wrote it all down, and I was like, "I gotta share this with you guys." Um, so the historic Route 66, right, is has been historically people coming out west to California for freedom, freedom to be gay, to reinvent, for art, for chasing their dreams, for being free to be themselves and create a new life for themselves, to create, to have the freedom to be who they are without judgment or conformity or, control, without say so on who they are and being able to live and be on their own terms and what they believe and how they feel without having to hide that. And Sunset Boulevard is historically a strip of dance clubs and bars and nightlife and LGBTQ and people coming together to live passionately and be free. Just like literally just like me and my journey to come here and manifest my own destiny and witness my own becoming and being free to be myself, to explore being gay, to explore freedom to create, to explore freedom to live on my own terms, to be independent and to not be somebody's caregiver and under control, and to have my own boundaries and dignity and respect and independence and the freedom to do that and to live how I want to live. My soul's journey, my becoming. I'm fighting for that. And then, I noticed social media and the sameness has tried to squash that uniqueness here, just like it has across the globe, not even just in America, but across the world. It has squashed the uniqueness and individuality in these places of art and life and to sameness. And it's the suburban and upper middle class people that want to be part of this culture and want to take from it. And they start, and these companies and these brands make it into things, right? They take that individuality and that art and those ideas and they make it into brands and stereotypes and copies. And that's how we get the group think and the standards and how everybody feels the need. They have to be a palatable box for people to understand, to check mark, for other people to get it, and for it to make sense. So nobody can have their own unique individuality or vision because they want to be understood. And artists and bands start out unique and small and independent, right? Just being them and doing what they want to do. For example, Michael Jackson, okay? He was, like if you watch his interviews and videos, like in any artist, it is literally them being them and doing what they do, okay? Maybe, like I said, maybe some even stay that way, they stay in their integrity, they stay who they are. And it's the companies that make that person or their talent or their personality, etc., into a brand across America and globally. And people take these attributes and identify with these tastes or characters or likeness and adapt it to who they are or a group of like minded people or stereotypes. And that doesn't mean that's how the artist themselves really is or what they even intend for, right? They're just being them and sharing their art. And it's about how we as people and groups perceive things and take them, what we make them into and what we project. And that's how art and individuality becomes watered down into stereotypes and groupthink. And people wear brands and listen to certain music and watch certain shows, right? Solely for the aesthetic, for the grouping, making them the likeness of who they are. Those that get it, and those that don't, they were never going to. But literally get that people, the clothes they wear, the things you intake, the things you listen to, what you surround yourself with, you base that for an aesthetic, for a look, be seen, not because that's even what you genuinely feel, what your soul wants. And everybody is just plain wearing a mask in this way because we're all afraid to be different, to stand out, or to be seen as weird or odd, not understood. it's okay. Literally, this whole journey, right, for myself has been about it's okay to not be understood. It's okay for people to not get you because it's about you sticking to your integrity and your values and your dignity, being someone you can and to I keep saying I end up seeing signs, right? Today, I didn't know what to do. I'd been panic attacking, and today was about coming back to the fact of me, even if I have nothing and don't know what to do, still sticking to my passions, my dreams, and like finding a way to stick with and to continue moving forward with that. And so I found my way into this art gallery, and there was a whole setup in the back. It literally, when I looked at it, and this is when I tell y'all, like, psychic crystal ball, I trust my intuition and see the signs, like, there was this whole a panorama of miniatures, and it literally how my journey started, I shared with y'all how my journey started of me ending this long-term toxic relationship, again, didn't even have anything to do with the person, it was the addiction that we all can get to a person because of the feelings they give us, and because that's what our nervous system gets attached to, um, and, that's just like with family, parents, all those things, with romantically that and even though it's not good for you, your nervous system is addicted to that, like the highs and lows and intensity, right? Even if it's not healthy. And so anyways, my journey started with ending that and confronting that and what that meant for me and why I held on to that for so long, and why I have been delusional in that way, and what I was I feeling, what was I hiding from, what did I need that for, why was I holding on to it, confronting that and reflect. And that's where where this started was, and there was this outside of the LA library, it literally said, "And all whatever faith you have, it always says, like, about reflection, and reflection is the greatest form of wisdom and how you get wisdom." And as I was younger, that was something I always prayed for was I wanted to be wise above anything. I literally was like wrote down in many prayers, like, "God, let me be wise. I just wanna be wise." And so I've always been introspective and reflective, not knowing, the correlation in that. When I walked into this art gallery, literally at the pits, not knowing what to do, not knowing how I'm gonna move my car in the streets and being turned away constantly and hiding from the ghosts and goblins and ghouls and sorting through these panic attacks and to keep my nervous system straight, my head above water, on my way in this art. In the back was miniature set, and it had a whole thing of, like, my mind and my spirit into this art display, and it literally had Zoltar, the psychic guy that you see at all the different places across America for some reason with his crystal ball, and a Zoltar card in the crystal ball, and y'all have seen my old IG reels too, like, I literally my crystal ball there, like, spooky when you see the connections with all my stuff across my pages. It was Zoltar and Zoltar Speaks, and it was the colorful, beautiful clown with her heart and her love and her glitter and her colors and her happiness and joy, and then it was the the black and with the name of that person, what I called them underneath, and then around it was a happy gothic witch girl, full moons and her ravens, and then there was a sign, little raven, and I've been listening and going with the crows and the ravens and, hanging out with the coyotes and the ravens and have been in tune with the nature in that way, and it had Lil Raven on there, and also, y'all, my video of streaming Raven Simone's album and that journey that was like, Just all of it connects. And then there was a moon mother, Mother Buddha, and her being happy. There was an Native American woman under like in through a corn maze. And it literally and we had that picture from San Antonio. And so it was like literally like a reflection of where I started my journey and surrounded by the spiritual things that have been with me along the way and my becoming as it's been happening. And it was like it was all out there in the miniatures like that, and there were happy clowns and unicorns, and it showed me too, again, you don't have to be in a box. I don't have to be one way or another. Like, I can be gothic and witchy and spooky and also be colorful and happy and have light and life. Like, you don't have to just be dull and dreary and wasting away to prove your pain or to prove that you're smart or wise or mean something. Like you can be excited, you can be happy, you can feel all of your emotions and dress however you want to dress, wear whatever you want to be wear, and have your dignity and respect, be who you are. Be unapologetically yourself, right? It's been my journey to stand no matter what, to love myself unconditionally, no conditions, no matter what's happened, no matter who likes it or who has an opinion or what anybody has to say or what they say about, loving myself unconditionally and respecting my integrity and my vision, my hopes and dreams, and my independence. Not carrying everything alone, because obviously I cannot, which again is why I've been sharing the donation link. And the thing is, the people that have been actually supporting me, like, whether it be comments or a message or liking a video or offering to, help, it was people I met on this journey as I've been growing into who I've been becoming. And, nobody else is responsible for you. You are responsible for you and your own emotions. You should people in your life actually present and receptive to what you are saying, to what you are going through. They don't need to solve everything for you, or even really have maybe solutions. But the fact that they are hearing you, seeing you, and are present. I'm like, not back to this. Wrote back to what I had written before we embarked on the journey. Much too large to be bound to any one city or town. I take off with my crown. Hippie life called, not fashion or trend. I am a gypsy woman from end to end. Honey, that was not a lie. That was not a lie. But you know what? I love you guys. I'm glad I got to share that with you guys. And we're standing on the us business of us, the business of loving ourselves unconditionally and owning how far we've come, owning our passions and visions, and continuing not to go back, continuing to hold firm in who we are and who we want to continue to become in the